How's it going, YouTube? It's Ninja7, your favorite healing YouTuber, and guys, today it is an exciting day to be a Mistweaver monk. We have had some recent changes come in that seem minor, but you guys will see in this video that they are massive. I mean, they are massive, and they are exactly what Mistweaver was needing. In my last video, I kind of called out what is keeping Mistweaver from being in the meta, and that being their cooldowns. Well, let's look at these changes because it's pretty big, and it's kind of exactly what we needed. So, developers' notes, they wanted to make some quality of life improvements to our instant cast healing, kind of the healing that we control, Shaylun's gift and its make it more predictable, and Chi-Ji and Yu'lon to have an instant effect. They did that by adding a new talent to Shaylun's gift where it now hits 5 people instead of 3, making it so much more consistent. You will be amazed at just how much this one variable tweak it just has a massive impact. Shaylun's gift now does more healing, but now it'll only proc mastery on the one person that you target, so it kind of makes you decide which one needs the most healing. But other than that, minor tweak. The clouds now reset at the beginning of encounters, so that's good. Now you get to stack up to full, I guess, at the start. They nerfed the best lesson, but that was kind of overdue. This lesson was very strong and very overpowered. It scales really hard with the haste that you put in your itemization, so having it nerfed a little bit it makes sense. This is the one that people were fishing for high parses in raid. Xiao's lesson now displays a tracking buff of your next buff. So see right here on my screen, I'm gonna get the Lesson of Despair next. This is clutch. You guys will see I'll be able to just be really liberal with it, cycling these. If I know I'm about to get one that gives me damage, I'll use it on a pack, for example. So this is insane, and I need to make a weak aura for this because it's so much more important than I thought it would be. So next up, Thunder Focus Tea now empowers Enveloping Mist, making it instant cast. You'll see in this video I'm not super used to this yet, so I only used it like once or twice, and even then I kind of messed it up a bit. I still hard casted an Enveloping Mist after. So honestly, very cool change, very good in raid, but in Mythic Plus it's probably not going to see as much use, but really cool and very much needed. They fixed some issues with Zimpulse. You don't need an enemy, so in between packs you'll see me use it to heal on the move. So before you could use like Essence Font, Renewing Mist, Vivify if you have that cooldown off of Vivification, but other than that you can't really do much healing while on the move. But now you have Zimpulse at least, and it's a mastery proc, it's a little heal, so you'll see me use this actually a couple times, and it's really nice to have. Just a quality of life improvement. They separated Enveloping Breath, so it used to be what was activated when we used our Thunder Focus Tea. We would breathe all over everyone, but it was also what Chi-Ji and Yu'lon would breathe all over everyone when they were out. Now they're calling the one that Chi-Ji and Yu'lon breathe Celestial Harmony, so it's going to harmonize with the Celestial you summon, and what we breathe is Enveloping Breath. So now Enveloping Breath will be shown on raid frame, so that's nice, just seeing who you're healing. But then Celestial Harmony, that one that the Chi-Ji and Yu'lon are going to apply, has a different name, and when we activate Chi-Ji and Yu'lon while we have this talented, we're going to put a shield on 5 people. This is insane in Mythic Plus. Great change. Whoever's idea this was, I did not see this coming or have any idea or thought of this, but it is so genius. It really comes in clutch. You can kind of feel like a Disc Priest and prepare for encounters, boss mechanics that are predictable. It's great. You'll see me use this on, let's see, the 3rd boss of this dungeon. Really cool. Just helps mitigate that burst damage. So let's see. Enveloping Mist was buffed, which is nice. I mean, that's just a buff to our Chi-Ji, just buff overall, so great, nice little buff that they snuck in there. And then the Enveloping Mist applied by the talent Misty Peaks can now be extended even further with Rising Mist. So all in all, some great changes to our cooldowns, especially Mythic Plus. Giving us that option to heal all 5 people was an amazing idea. You guys will see the effects. I'm going to go ahead and swap over to the gameplay, but yeah, just stay tuned because Mistweaver feels so much different and so much better. So enjoy the video. Alright YouTube, so I am trying this setup again where I voiceover, so this is after the key is done. So let me know if you like this setup and in this style of making the video down below. But I'm going to flash my talents on screen, so get ready to pause. Pause now if you want to see what talents I'm running, but I'll go ahead and talk about them. We're running Xiao's lesson. We're going to give ourselves some buffs, and I really want to test that buff cycle. We're also running Rising Mist. Obviously, I want to just extend these buffs even further now, the Enveloping Mist. We're running Burst of Life. I want to give that a shot. I know it was a 10.0.5 buff or change, but I just want to use that in conjunction with the improved Shaylun's lesson. or I'm sorry, Shaylun's gift cooldown and just really weed those in and out and try to use them more liberally. So our tank is just getting these roaming dragonfly looking things, going ahead and pulling these. Ancient Teachings can really carry these pools. Just once someone takes damage, that's when you blackout kick, and other than that, it's just spinning crane kick. Very easy stuff, and trying to hold on to cooldowns just in case we do a big pull next. Okay, yeah, we see both packs coming together, letting tank get aggro, setting down our white tiger statue, and we are pumping. Since this is like the first big pull and I kind of wasn't expecting it, I noticed some things now watching it back that I could have optimized. See, there I used Shaylun's gift, get that damage buff, and now we're talking. We got Zen Pulse coming off cooldown. We've already used Chi Burst, applying Mystic Touch to everything, but we are pumping damage, spinning crane kick. Everything's pulled out of our white tiger statue, but that's totally fine. I mean, honestly, it's not that much damage. It would have been here because it's a big AoE pack, but we got that damage buff, spinning crane kick, big Zen Pulse, and yeah, we are just chilling. All the little ads are down. We can start our little 3-button cycle now. I missed out on a little bit of damage here, but I think it's worth noting that I was really prioritizing dodging these green swirls. I think it's so much better to be safe than sorry, especially in these bigger keys. And with this being a plus 21, I'd rather make sure I stay alive and I'm not the cause of a wipe or someone dying.
What are you doing?
Me? There is too much nature. What are you doing?
What is that thing? This is your fault.
So you'll notice what I did there was I set a marker on the tank. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you are used to that. We're using him as a stack point for the Germinate, so everyone sees that mark and can just stack on him. This boss is a lot more manageable now, but it's still worth noting that I like to pop cooldowns on each of these ad pools. I should have popped Shaylun's gift there since we're sitting at 10 stacks and we're just missing out on that buff. And then Chi Burst would have done a little bit more damage, and so would Zen Pulse. I mean, it just would have been the better play, honestly. But nevertheless, that first ad pack was pretty easy. We're starting to drop a little bit, but we have every button that available, so no issues there. And we went ahead and used the Shaylun's gift. It's a little premature, but we'll have it for this Germinate, and you guys will see how fast things melt. Not just because of me, we had some other people pop some cooldowns. But I do want to take this second to point out that we have an Affliction Warlock. Yes, an Affliction Warlock, and it was sweet. I mean, look how much he is pumping. They do some big AoE damage and have been overlooked all season, and I just have to give a quick shout out to that guy because he slammed his buttons, was blowing things up with Seed of Corruption, and definitely misplaying my Affliction Warlock. But look at that big Zen Pulse damage. We are spinning. We are doing so much damage. This is why I love this dungeon so much, because this boss and the packs in this room, basically just this tree room, you just get to go buck wild and do so much AoE damage. Alright, so we're back to these AoE packs. Sorry, I skipped that win, dude. He is just so boring. Just know nothing went wrong there, but we're just doing some AoE damage. We're trying to keep people alive through these shades. But yeah, you see that shaman just took a slap. That's on him. I'm not taking credit for that one. I don't know what he was thinking there. Maybe he just forgot. But yeah, these guys don't seem like they would spawn shades, but they do. You see me there kind of abusing the long range of spinning crane kick. You can stay just out of arm's reach of these shades and just do a little bit of damage to them. It's pretty nice. It's always been kind of nice. It was a lot better in Shadowlands, I'll admit, but still nice here. Right there, I'm still not used to it using Shayloons first. I shot Chi Burst before Shayloons, and it would have just added, well, I guess here technically it wouldn't have added anything with haste. Maybe just got me one more global cooldown before I had to roll away. I don't know, but it is nice to min-max, and using Shayloons for damage is just smart to do before you throw your Chi Burst and Zen Pulse, because you never know, that damage might dupe, and it could be very nice.
Marked by lightning. I will activate the goals for Lishma. That is talent toss for you soft skills. Use them to get her attention. At least we know that works. Watch yourselves.
Alright, so now we're at the bird boss. Pretty easy boss as long as you do the mechanics. You see, I went ahead and popped Shayloon's Gift. I had some stacked up there, so I get a nice little crit buff. Just using Ancient Teachings to top everyone up. No point in taking some global cooldowns to cast some hard cast healing. Just trying to get as much damage in as possible. This boss does feel like a race at some points, but you'll see we do it pretty cleanly. We push a little close sometimes, but I'm sure that these Chi bubbles that we're gonna put on people help out a ton. So probably save some people. You know, I didn't do any math, but yeah, definitely very cool change, and you guys will see it, especially on these boss fights, especially on Tyrannical Week, but unfortunately it is a fort week, so I can't show you guys just how useful that is. Look at me there, I'm struggling, couldn't find my button. My big weak aura is hiding it, and people are slowly dying because of it, but no worries, we have Shayloon's Gift. It's so good. Healing all 5 people back to a manageable point where we can just maintenance healing back to full. I notice that I am taking the biggest beating, so I throw away my orb. I'm trying to get the mechanic going so we don't take an even bigger smack, but I will use some defensives from now on.
We have the goals working again. Use these. Marked by lightning.
So here, just trying to get some value out of Chi. That bubble that we have, it's only like a 40k bubble, but just see how healthy everyone is after that Screech. I mean, it just adds to our overall health bar and makes mechanics so much safer and so much more manageable as a healer. So I can't speak to how much this change was needed. Honestly, I didn't see it coming. I didn't call that change out in particular in my video because I just didn't think of it. But it's so genius, and it's exactly what we needed. So there you go. Croth is down, and now we are headed to what some might think is the hardest boss in this dungeon. But honestly, I think Croth is probably the hardest at this point. But still, none of these bosses are too difficult. So we go ahead and life cocoon the tank, and that instantly popped and healed everyone. Topped me up a little bit, but we do the nice damage bonuses, and we are pumping some damage. Nice healer damage. I really like being able to spinning crane kick. I liked it back when we had Fallen Order, but something about it now just feels right. Now that it kind of works with Ancient Teachings, not really Ancient Teachings with Feline Stomp, but it feels like an Ancient Teachings bonus. So really cool stuff, and feels really good right now, especially because bye priest, but especially because it acts as our maintenance healing in AoE pools, and we don't have to waste cooldowns there, whereas we would have earlier. So there, I thought I could get the revive off. I'm pretty sure you used to be able to do that. I don't know if that was changed or if I'm just dumb. But I feel like I should have gotten that revive off. And now that I see that he's going to beat me, pride made me keep this cast going to see if I could beat him with my haste. But he beat me to the res. Yeah, I mean, you guys see, I don't know if you've watched my past videos, like if you're new to this channel, or if you're new to watching my gameplay videos, but I am using Zen Pulse and Shayloon's Gift a lot more often than I used to. I used to hold on to them for panic buttons, especially Shayloon's Gift, but now it is just so reliable that I'm kind of using it sparingly, or not sparingly, the opposite, liberally, and making use of it more often, getting that buff more often, and actually making a lot of use out of Shao's lesson in Mythic Plus, which I thought was only going to be a raid talent, but I am being proven wrong. It is so strong, and so all these buffs, even though they're technically random, at least they used to be now before we could see what we were getting next, still they're just so strong that it didn't matter if they were random. But look at me Zen pulsing on cooldown like a good little Mistweaver monk, and doing a lot more damage because of it. Look at me on the damage meters. I'm up there. So yeah, having a lot of fun too. I mean, it's so much fun to do damage again. So yeah. See there, I used all my damage buttons. I got the plus, the bonus damage. Look at those 20k blackout kicks. You'd love to see it. I mean, honestly, just having a blast at this point. These big numbers make me very happy as a healer. See there, I just used it as, I used Zen Pulse as just a heal. I think it cleaved on one of the enemies, but they're Spiteful Shades, so they really don't matter. So just used it as a heal on the move to the next pack. Using those damage buttons once again, keeping up with the tank, a prop pally, not too bad. See me get that crit buff. Pop Chi-Chi just in case, because I know it'll be up for the boss. I'm thinking that I might have time to drink, but you'll see me soon realize maybe I won't. And if not, I need to start preparing. So you'll see me start cycling Tiger Palms and Blackout Kicks, which is my tip for if you're running low on mana or if you might not have the time to drink. So start doing that, spamming Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, and using that talent that gives you mana back for your Blackout Kicks. Your bonus Blackout Kicks, I should say. So yeah, here I'm starting to realize, well, maybe we're wanting to pull boss right after this. So I really start that Tiger Palm Blackout Kick rotation. But now that I'm having to move out of range a little bit, I'm just spinning crane kicking. Okay, now that he pulled this before I could drink, I think he pulled this to give me time to drink, but I don't think he understands that it kept me from being able to. So now we are just like, okay, I guess we're going to pull boss right after this. You'll see him ask, should I pull the boss or do you need mana? And I'm like, you know what? All G. Let's fucking go. So yeah, we pull the boss. I'm a little over half mana. You do have to do a little bit of running around for this boss, but for the most part, as long as you just manage everyone's stacks, you should be fine, honestly. I mean, right there, you'll see me use Enveloping Mist. I think I thought I had Thunder Focus T queued, but I did not, so no worries there. But yeah, so the first mechanic went out. I dispelled one person who I thought was the squishiest. But dispel before I take a second one, because that second one is what hurts. We're starting to panic a little bit just because I'm slowed. I'm not really paying too good of attention. But, you know, nevertheless, we are totally fine. Dispel the tank, he had the most stacks. So, yeah, just dodge mechanics, keep everyone topped up, and try to manage stacks if I can. Oh, came so close to dying, but Revival came in clutch. Very close to dying there. I didn't see how low my health went, but it was super low. You see there, everyone has Chi-Chi shields. Takes so little damage. It's just so nice. Such a cool change. See, here I'm starting to run around in range a little bit. I probably shouldn't, but wow. Shaylin's gift is so strong. At the end of this boss fight, I probably didn't need to press it, but look at everyone's health just from Shaylin's gift. I mean, that's insane. So coming up to this pack, I'll go ahead and Life Cocoon the tank, just because I'm coming in a little late. Just give him a little extra protection. And I know that these packs aren't too dangerous. My group doing a great job of keeping them CC'd. I'm jealous. I want to do some CC, so I drop Ring of Peace, giving our tank an option to kind of pull them back into it, giving some chain interrupts. So pretty nice stuff from the tank. Using Zen Pulse to heal on the priest. Love to see it. I saw that they were in melee, so I went ahead and used it to heal. We are kind of walking along our Fey line right here, running from this Spiteful Shade. Super chill pack. I mean, nothing too important. I probably should have edited it out, but I know someone would have said something.
Marked by lightning.
So here we can't mount up. We want to be healing on the move. Zen Pulse, baby, right there. Vivify because it was free. Just so cool. I mean, it's just nice to do. Now I don't have it up for this pack, so it is a trade-off. But just another button you can press on the move to heal people, and no complaints here. Just any amount of these quality of lives, more options for you. Meanwhile, the tank's dead. So yeah, just any amount of these like quality of life changes are definitely okay in my book. So right here, I'm kind of using an exploit. You can call it that, but basically, to oversimplify it, if you're standing on a different stair or a different level as one of the guys as they spin, the damage that he does not see you. So I'm just standing on a different stair while they spin right next to me. I'm standing in between them at some points, and our shaman doesn't know this trick, but yeah, so just stand here and you'll be totally fine. As long as you're at a different level. See, there I get a little too close. Get on the same stair as him. But yeah, just step back a bit, and we are totally chilling. These stairs, it's kind of funny that they put stairs right next to these guys, because they definitely exploit how bad that mechanic was scripted. So this pack's super easy. I'm not worried about needing cooldown, so once again, getting that damage buff, just going to see if we can kill it a little bit faster. The more Shaylin's Gift we use, yes, the less that buff gets because we're using it more often. But, you know, the more packs that we use it on, the stronger we are throughout the key and overall damage and healing. So that's kind of my philosophy here is if I can use it for each pack, or at least every other pack, and just use that buff. As you see there, Zen Pulse actually rips aggro from the tank. So very cool stuff. I mean, hey, look, I'm not even mad. If we do enough damage with one button to rip aggro from a tank, yes, he had just pulled, but let's be real. We're a Mistweaver monk, and it's a prop paladin. They should have. I think he should have had some more aggro, or at least maybe Cheeverse does quite a lot. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. Honestly, a death that I am very proud of. Not really, because it means that I hit things too early, but you know what I'm trying to say. Cheeverse, or I'm sorry, Zen Pulse does a good bit of damage.
Who are you? You are not registered here. This room is only for students. Get to the registrar and target you.
You see there, I'm just playing. I'm on shade duty, trying to help everyone get through. But as long as we keep walking, we should be fine to go ahead and pull the boss. And yeah, we got 4 minutes to kill this last boss. He is not too difficult. I do a bad job of dispels. I don't think people really ran him out, but honestly, on a fortified week, it doesn't really matter, even at a plus 21 level. This boss just doesn't do too much damage, so no real threat of dying as long as you don't stand in that circle. Or that beam.
Poor marks for poor students. Think about what you have done.
See right there, we got the extra damage. What is that? Damage dupe, I think. And yeah, I'm just trying to pump some damage. It's a boss fight on a fortified week. No big deal.
Think about what you have done. Demerit points for you. You will not pass the semester. The elements answer to poor marks for poor students.
So now the orbs start coming out, which makes things a little bit more tricky. But they still don't one-shot people, and I noticed we still have 2 minutes, a little under 2.5. So we're fine on healing. I can keep using Shayloons as a damage buff and just hold on to revival in case we need it. But you know, spot healing from Vivify, from Ancient Teachings, hitting the right people is kind of just carrying this boss. It's like I said, it's not too difficult of a boss. You just have to really focus on dodging and making sure you dispel at good times. As you see, they kind of drew a penis there. Maybe it's just me being childish, but no. So our shaman died again. I think they got hit by some orbs, but once again, that's on them. Same with the warlock here. Still totally fine to time it. Honestly, if everyone but me and the tank died, we could still time it very easily. So I'm not too worried. I'm just doing my damage, dodging the bullets that are flying across the screen, and getting this key over with. Yeah, so overall, the changes to Shayloon's gift are great. I will talk about it more in the recap, so stay tuned for that. But you guys see, my damage was great. The Affliction Lock's damage was great. My healing was great. Overall, super fun key. So let's get into that recap. Alright, so there you have it, guys. This was a ton of fun to play. Honestly, this is the most fun I've had playing Mistweaver in weeks. I mean, it felt like they've really filled our gaps and filled the holes that we had in our playstyle, which was our cooldowns. I mean, Shayloon's gift was kind of this like intermission, like you could use it between your cooldowns to kind of help pick yourself back up, but really it felt great. It was consistent. You know who it's going to hit. It's going to heal your whole party, and it just felt like that cooldown that we've been missing. Now it feels like Mistweaver is finally toward the top, if not at the top of Mythic Plus. And I hate to sound hyperbolic or you know, jump to conclusions, but I really feel like this was the push that we needed. I mean, we do quite a lot of damage. I mean, especially if you're weaving in those Zen pulses. These changes seemed minor on paper. They really did. I was not expecting this much, but just hitting all 5 targets, man, I cannot explain to you how good it felt to know that you can rely on that button to save everyone. And you saw some very clutch moments of that spell. I mean, look how much healing it did. It just also, it allows you to be more liberal with it. I mean, knowing which buff you're going to have next, knowing when you're coming up to an AoE pack, you can use one of the damage buffs since you have that queued up, or coming up to a boss, you can save it, or you can go ahead and cash in one that you don't want. I mean, it allows a lot more play. It allows you to play with it a lot more and makes it a lot more fun, honestly, and very good. So I highly recommend. I know a lot of you guys have kind of let your Mistweaver kind of sit in the back seat for a bit. I highly recommend pulling it back out. It feels great. This is exactly what we needed, and I have had so much fun. Also, I know I'm a little late to the party, but trying out Burst of Life, I really liked it. I honestly really liked it. It kind of gave me the same rush that like being able to use Shayloon's gift more liberally, also being able to use Life Cocoon more liberally, it let me feel like my tank was a lot more safe. So really like that talent. It's growing on me. But yeah, guys, play Mistweaver. It is so much fun, and they are listening. They are listening to our comments and what we need. I'm pretty sure they watched my last video where I said that that we lack cooldowns, and that's our main weakness, because they buffed our cooldowns. They buffed the cooldown that we needed the most in Mythic Plus. So guys, keep commenting down below what you guys thought of these changes, what you're excited about, what you think still needs to be changed, if anything. But I'm super excited to keep playing Mistweaver Monk, and I hope that you guys are excited for 10.1, because 10.07 did not let me down at all. So make sure on your way out you hit subscribe. It really helps me. It's a free button to press, and you know what, you can always change your mind once I get canceled. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen. But also hit like if you like this video, hit dislike if you don't, because those metrics really help me know what you guys want to see, and comment down below what you guys think about this video, because it's a different style than what I'm used to, and I kind of liked it. So let me know all that down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.